All right, Shalom. Good morning, boys. Here. Well, we got the lesser of two evils. That Satanist Trump is back in office, and all you're gonna get is more of the same. Because these people, whether Democrat or Republican, they're not for you. Watch what they do. People forget Operation Warp Speed and COVID, and they just forget all of these things. They forget we're in a nasty bubble, and then when he got in office, he inflated that bubble to unprecedented heights, and he's going to do it more. Is he going to stop the war in Ukraine? No. He's just another devil. But what I wanted to talk about, and it's important, is testimonies. One shall not rise up against another, but out of the mouth of two or more witnesses, let every word be established. Now, you can have two or more witnesses that can get up and that can flat out lie. You can have two or more witnesses and give their honest account of what they have experienced with another individual or group of individuals. At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own testimony. And it's up to you to determine whether or not a person who is giving a testimony is being honest or is being deceitful. In my short 47 years on this earth, I've come to find that people who can proclaim to be in the truth can get up and flat out lie. And people that are flat out liars can tell the truth. Interesting, isn't it? People will lie to make themselves look good or to deceive people into thinking that they're not something that they really are. And adversely, a liar can get up, because I've seen this. I've seen people, especially in politics, they'll get out and flat out tell the truth. And they're a known liar. However, the reason why they're telling the truth is because it makes them look good or someone else look bad. Now, you have to understand, and this is where the spirit of discernment comes into play. Now, you can be in a situation where, hey, people can give an honest testimony of their experience that they've had with another individual. It can be truthful. It can be a lie. We know this. And again, I go back to the spirit of discernment. Me personally, I can just pretty much look at a person. I'm at the point in time in my life in the spirit of discernment to look at somebody, listen to them keenly, with an unbiased filter with no agenda in my heart. Let's say that this person is telling the truth. And I can look at the person as well and say, this person is lying. Now, this is why it is so important, again, to have the discerning of spirits, which I thank the Father that I have, because what it does is it shields you from a whole lot of deception. Because did not the Messiah say, do not be deceived? Let no man deceive you. And we have a plethora of men out there today that are just flat out deceivers and bewitchers of the truth. Because they preach, teach, push, promote agendas that benefit their own bellies. And it's right there, right before you go back to Trump. You really think that this man has your best interest at heart? He gets up and he puts on and he rides around in the garbage truck, and let's see how many times during his presidency he rides around in the garbage truck. Remember Make America Great Again? It's pretty sad, but all of these people, they firmly believe that some man in the White House, which presidents are selected, they're not elected, that they're going to do them some good, that they are after, or they're going to promote their best interests, the people. But it's unfortunate. I heard Trump, I digress, but I heard Trump get up and he said he's going to deal with inflation. Well, let's see how far that goes, because the rich, they don't pay no taxes. The taxes are for you W-2 slave employees, but they don't pay no taxes. You pay the taxes. That's how the rich get rich, and the poor stay poor. And if you don't realize how the game is played, you'll continue to be deceived, used, abused, and taken advantage of. And with all this truth out here today, this is why it's hard to have empathy for folks when they willingly receive a lie. It's pretty sad. It really is a very unfortunate time that we're living in. But it was prophesied, deceiving and being deceived. It's amazing, right? I saw a guy, this so-called pastor get up and say he was deceived for 14 years. And he's come to the light of the truth. You watch these people, and it really is unfortunate. It is sad because clearly the man didn't have any discernment whatsoever. If you believe his testimony, or if you believe his statements, a lick of testimony, I would not trust such a man that will proclaim in his 50s that he's been deceived so long, but was in the truth. We got all this kind of stuff going on. It's very much unfortunate. It is what it is. But it was prophesied. It was prophesied. But for those who have the ears to hear, the spirit of discernment, and the eyes to see, we can clearly see what's going on. We can see the hypocrisy. We can see the slander. We can see all of these things. And I really do thank the Father because, just like, Cat Williams said, all lies will be exposed, and they pretty much have been. Pretty sad. Really is sad. But for those who do have the spirit of discernment and see the shenanigans, see through the lies, see through the deception, see through the falsehoods, see through these things, preserve yourself, and make sure that you keep your eye on the swivel. And it's a beautiful thing to even speak to folk today that clearly sees what's going on. Stay focused. Stay focused on the work. Stay focused on building real skills, real friends, and obtaining real assets. Been saying it for years. What's going to hold you through and get you by and help you prosper, especially in this late age of deception, of deceiving and being deceived, because that's pretty much what's going on. You have people that are deceiving and being deceived. Did he not call it? Did he not prophesize it? But the one thing that's going to save you in this hour is developing real relationships, spiritual relationships, friendships, real skills, the ability to produce for yourself. Because see, when you can produce for yourself, you ain't got to worry about these bootlicking politicians and these liars and these deceivers. Because you can produce for yourself. So therefore, they can't control, manipulate, dominate, rule over you. They can't do any of these things because you are a producer. When you have real friends, you don't have to worry about it because you know how to test, prove, and try people. See, the idea is that, I was listening to this this podcast. And it's true because it talks about in scripture, a friend is tried in times of adversity. You're not going to know who your friend is. When that disagreement take place. Been saying it for years, and it's come to pass. When that disagreement takes place, you see who your real friends are. You really do. Hey, real skills, real assets, real friends. And you ain't got to worry about any of these shenanigans that's going on today. But let me get up in here. Let me get to work. I got, another, thousands of dollars. I'm doing thousands of dollars in business now. Before I was doing hundreds of dollars in business. Now every invoice I issue now is worth thousands of dollars. It's amazing, isn't it? But that's what the blessings come from, because you're diligent and you're consistent, you're persistent, and you can produce for yourselves and you can bring value to others. It's amazing today how nobody really wants to bring value to anybody else. Have you noticed that? Everybody wants to extract. Have you noticed that? Hey, folks are just falling apart today. Why? Selfishness, greed, lack of discernment, pride. The more godly or yali prosperity that I receive and experience, the more and more humble it feels like I'm becoming. Now, hey, the righteous, the wicked flee where no one pursue, but the righteous is bold as a lion. And clearly I'm a bold man. And I challenge anybody to come up and debate me in that matter. But we first have to, I say all the time, let's look at your fruit and let's look at the quality of your life and let's look at your results and let's look at mine and in a crowd of people and see who's on a right track and who's on a wrong track, who's on a decline and who's on a rise. I can tell you that. But let me get in here, put in this estimate, but y'all stay blessed. Shalom.